Hey guys, today we are going to see the hospital API using the backend technologies like Node.js and Express.js, and for the database we are going to use the MongoDB. So here is a question. We have to create the hospital API. So in hospital API we are just going to create the APIs where we are going to design an API for the doctor of a hospital which has been allocated by the government for testing and quarantine plus well-being of COVID-19 patient. So first of all, we have to create the registration for the doctor. Then after registration, we have to create a API for the doctor login, and in that we have to add the authentication, which is JWT authentication, passport JWT. So after that, doctor can register the patient with its phone number and patient name. And after after adding the patient, after registration, doctor will create the report for the patient. For creating, we have to give the status like his patient is negative, travel quarantine, symptoms quarantine, or positive admit. So this is a question. Okay, guys, let's test our API, hospital API first. So this will be our localhost URL. So if it's a GET request, so if we send, okay, the application is working fine. Okay, so first of all, we have to register the doctor. So doctors register. Okay. So for registration, we have to put the doctor's name, email ID, and set the password. So Dr. Ram. Email will be ram@gmail.com and password. Okay. So first of all, we have to register the doctor. Okay, it's a post request. Okay. Uh, Dr. Ram registration completed. So if you can find over here that the registration for the doctor is completed. After that, we are going to log in using doctor credential. Okay, so send. Okay, the user successfully login. Welcome, Dr. Ram, and this will be the token. This will be generated using JWT authentication. So we have to put this authentication token in header so that we can do patient registration and report generation of the patient. Without this token, we are not able to register the patient. So this token is very important. Okay. So next after that, we are going to create the patients. Sorry, registration of the patient. Patients register. Okay. For that, we have to add patient's name and phone number. Patient name Abhishek, and the phone number will be something random. Okay, so patients register. That's it. Okay, the patient Abhishek registration completed. and this is the data. Okay, after registration we are going to create the report for this patient using this ID. So for that we are going to put patient's ID, and after that create report. Okay, for the creation of report we have to give the status. So the status, let's put the negative. Okay, let's say okay, yes, registration report generation is completed and status is a negative. Okay, after report generation we are going to find all the reports for this patient. Okay, there will be only one report for this patient right now. So let's create another report for this patient. Okay, symptom quarantine. Okay, this will also successfully generated. After that, travel quarantine. Okay, this also generated successfully. After that, let's find out all the report which we have created. All report for this patient reports say. Okay, here is all the reports for this particular patient. All report status. It's a negative, symptoms quarantine, travel quarantine. Okay, we have successfully created a report for the patient, and after that uh, fetch all the report for the particular patient. Okay, now let's find the status with the particular status code. Like if you want to find the all reports which is related to negative, so for that we have to give report slash negative status negative. We have to find all the negative reports of all the patient. So reports, it will not be the patient. Okay, the URL is correct. Reports negative. Let's find out. Okay, we have successfully find all the reports which is related to status negative. Okay, all patient negative report. So next we are going to see the code. So the entry for our project will be entry file will be the index.js. So here we define the express, and for the DB we are using the Mongoose as a wrapper on MongoDB, and this is a JW authentication. So for every URL we are going to use a middleware where we transfer all the URLs to router entry router. So here we can find the router. So for the doctor, we have created a separate router. For the patient handling, we are going to use another router, and for the report, uh, another router. So for the doctor, we created the doctor router where we do the registration and login. For registration and login, we use the doctor control as a controller for registration and signing. So here in controller for the doctor registration, uh, for registration first we create the model. So for the we created three model for doctor, for the patient, and for the report. So this will be the doctor's model to take the to store the information of our doctor. So doctor name, email, and password, and it will be connect the doctor details with the doctor schema. and we are exporting this doctor details as a model. So after that, this will be the patient schema, and this is the report schema, where we store the status and the information about patient and doctor. Okay, so after that, we are going to see the controller. So for the registration, we first find one to find the specific doctor. If that doctor is while registration, if that doctor the information is already present, then the system will send the message as the account already created. Okay, or if the provided details are not in a system or in a database, then it will create the new uh, doctor's registration. Okay, so next will be the signing. So here we use the JWT authentication. So whenever the user first log into its means doctor first log into its account, one token will be generated using JWT Web Token. We use the library JWT Web Token, JSON Web Token, to create the token using the user's information, and this will be the secret uh, to encrypt and decrypt the that token. Without this secret, without this, we can't do the encrypt and decrypt. So this will be generate the token, and you for the token after token generation, for the authentication we use a JWT authentication. Uh, so here the password JWT authentication code, where we find the JWT. First we extract the token from the headers authentication bear. So we use the extract JWT in passport JWT, where we extract the token from the header, and for after that we are going to decrypt that token using this secret key. Okay. After that we will get the user's detail, and it will be stored in JWT payload. So after that we will find the ID using that payload's user's information, and we will pass the user in request.user. Okay. After that we will for the creation of the for the registration of the patient, first we will find that the given phone number is already present in our database or not. If it's already present, then we will send the registration already completed. Otherwise, if the phone number is not available, is not present in database, then we are going to create the new patient's registration. Okay. After that, for the report generation, the same, we use the report model. Okay, this is the report generation completed. Here we will find the all report status. The status name, status key will become in params, query params. After that, this code will be for the data, which is all the reports which is related to the particular status which we send through the URL. If we send the negative, if we want to all the negative reports, then we will send the key through URL. Okay. So this is our hospital API. Thank you.